Back with another nickel hunt. I went to the bank today to turn in the last batch that we hunted at $300, and I actually had a little more in there, so we actually got 308 to hunt here. These two actually were in bags like this, so I went ahead and boxed them up, and then 100 in loose. So we'll hunt this first, see what we can find, and then we'll roll it right into the other two. So I'll try to gauge it about 10 handfuls or so, and we'll bring it back in and show you what we find out of that. Okay, so about 9 rolls into the bag. This is roll number 10 in my hand. I've been counting 40 out every time I put a nickel there, so that's what that represents. Got a 1954 in my hand. I slid it down to flip it over and look at the back. It's all feathers. So I know we got 2 keepers in a row here. So our 54 is a San Francisco, so that's a good find. And then we have a Buffalo. I don't think I see a date on that, so we might have to nick a date that. And it's a Philadelphia. So we'll put that up there for now. We'll get through the rest of this little handful here to get to our 40. And then we'll come back and show you what else we found. Okay, so we made it through those 10 rolls, and we found, of course, that undated Buffalo up there, Philadelphia. We found 2 1940 Philadelphias, a 41 Philadelphia, a 52 Philadelphia, a 54 San Francisco, and a pretty nice looking 59 Denver. So we'll get through 10 more rolls and come back and show you what we find. All right, we're through $20 now. There's my 10 nickels. And we're going to add to the finds 1940 Philadelphia, a 47 Philadelphia, 54 Denver, 57 Denver, 58 Denver, and a 2009 Denver. So we'll get through the next $10 and come back and show you what we find. All right, now we're through $30 worth of nickels. There's the next 10 that shows that. And we're going to add to the finds a 1946 Philadelphia, a 47 San Francisco, a 52 San Francisco, 52 Philadelphia, 53 San Francisco, and 2 54 Denvers. We'll get through the next $10 and come back and show you what we find. All right, we're through $40 now. There's our 10 nickels there. We're going to add a 47 Philadelphia, a 53 Denver, and a 59 Denver. So we'll get through the last bunch there, and then we'll come back and show you what we found. All right, that bag is empty, so we're $50 in. And we're going to add a 40 Philadelphia, a 47 Philadelphia, a 53 Philadelphia, 54 Denver, 59 Denver, and then we found 2 Canadians, an 87 and a 90. So we'll get those added up here to the top, and we'll get into the first box, which will be this one, and there's a look there. I didn't see anything on the ends when I put them in the boxes out of the bags, but we'll come back, get through these first 10 rolls, and we'll show you what we find. All right, we're through 60 rolls, and we're going to add to the finds a 1940 San Francisco in pretty rough shape, 1940 Philadelphia, and a 1957 Philadelphia. Get back to the hunt and show you what we find in the next 10 rolls. Okay, we're now through 70 rolls. We're going to add to the finds another 1940 Philadelphia, a 54 Denver, and a 56 Denver. So we'll get those added up here with the rest of them, get through the next 10 rolls, and come back and show you what we find. All right, we're now through 80 rolls. We're going to add to the finds a 1940 Philadelphia, a 41 San Francisco, 249 Philadelphias, and a 52 Philadelphia. We'll get those added up here with the rest of them, get through the next 10 rolls, and come back and show you what we find. Now we're on roll 81. I just opened it up. There's one end. Can't get it to focus. There's one end, there's the other end. If I can get it to focus, which it looks like it's going to. We'll just open this up real quick. It's a 1940 nickel on this end. So, got an older ender there, 1940. My phone doesn't want to focus. 1940, and it's a Philadelphia. So we got a lot of those stacked up there. So anyway, we'll continue the rest of this roll. Don't see anything that looks like silver. We'll get back to you after the 10 rolls. Okay, we're on the next roll, so roll 82. And we slid this one down a little bit, and you see a buffalo hanging out right back there. So let's take a look at him. No mint mark. It's kind of worn. You can see even the E pluribus unum there is kind of wore out. So I'm pretty sure we're not going to have a date on this one. Definitely no legible date there. Well, I'm wrong. I think that actually says 1921. So we're not going to nick a date that. We'll call that a 1921 Philadelphia. We do have the other one up there that we will nick a date at the end of the video to show you the date on it. So we'll get back to the hunt, get through the rest of the rolls there. Those 8. Come back and show you what we find. We're on roll 90. It looks like we might have 2 chances at a silver nickel here. We're going to start with this one here. And find out it's a 1992. So let's look at this one here. And see. Oh no, it's something way better than a silver nickel. That, my friends, is a V nickel. That is pretty cool. That is a 1911 V nickel. I haven't found one yet this year, but that's pretty cool. I think that's like number 6 that we found since we started hunting nickels. So that's pretty awesome. We'll get that added over here to our finds. And we'll get through the rest of this roll, and we'll come back and show you what else we found. All right, we are finished with those 10 rolls. And we found a 1940, I believe it was a Philadelphia. Yep, Philadelphia. A 49 Philadelphia. 55 Denver. 258 Denvers. A 59 Denver. And a 2009 Denver. And then down here we have our dateless. Actually, that wasn't dateless. That was a 1921. If you hold it just right there, you can kind of see that. And then we got a 1911 V nickel. So pretty cool. We'll get through these next 10 rolls here and come back and show you what we find. We're on roll 93. And it looks like we might have another chance at a silver here. This edge right here. So let's see if we can pluck it. And indeed we do. It is an S mint mark right there. And we got a 1943 San Francisco. So put that right over here. Get through the rest of these rolls. Come back and show you what we find. All right, that box is hunted, so that's 100 rolls down. We're going to add to the finds a 1941 Denver, a 1946 Philadelphia, and that 1943 San Francisco minted war nickel. So we'll get those added up here with the rest of them. We'll get this next box open up here, and we'll get to hunting. We'll do these 4 rolls at the very end. All right, we're through 110 rolls. We're going to add to the finds a 1949 Philadelphia, 54 Denver, and 59 Denver. Get them added up here to the top, get through the next 10 rolls, and come back and show you what we find. Right, through 120 rolls, we're going to add to the finds a 1941 San Francisco and a 1949 Philadelphia. Through 10 more, we'll come back and show you what we find. All right, we're through 130 rolls, and we're going to add to the finds 1946 Philadelphia and 1948 Philadelphia. Get through 10 more, come back and show you what we find. And finish the box because in the rolls 131 to 140, that was the only thing we found. And then 141 to 154, these would be what we found in those. Got a 47 San Francisco, 52 Philadelphia, 253 Denvers, a 56 Denver, and a 57 Philadelphia. Get those added to the top and come back with a wrap-up of the 3 box hunt. All right, we're back with a wrap-up. In this hunt, we found a 1940 San Francisco. It's like 8 1940 Philadelphias, a 1941 Denver, 1941 Philadelphia, 2 1941 San Franciscos, 3 46 Philadelphias, 3 47 Philadelphias, 2 47 San Franciscos, a 48, it's getting in the shadow, hard to see, but a 48 Philadelphia, 5 49 Philadelphias, 4 52 Philadelphias, a 52 San Francisco, a 53 San Francisco, 53 Philadelphia, 353 Denvers, 6 54 Denvers, a 54 San Francisco, 55 Denver, 256 Denvers, a 57 Denver, 257 Philadelphias, 3 58 Philadelphias, 5 1959 Denvers. Sorry, those are 58 Denvers, not 58 Philadelphias. And then we come over here and we have our 3 Canadians we found at 87, 89, and 90. Those actually go back to the bank. I just kept them out to show you, but I'm only gonna keep 1982 and before in Canadians, unless we need them for the album that we're doing, because those are 99.9% nickel, and these are nickel copper, just like our nickels are. So anyway, just wanted to let you know that. And then we have 2 2009 Denvers. We have our 1943 San Francisco Minute War nickel right there. We have 2 Buffalo nickels. Nickel dated that one is a 1934. Not very good shape for a 1934, but we'll keep it. And then we found, I did nickel date this one too because I couldn't make it out very well, but it is a 1920 Philadelphia Buffalo nickel. And then I think this is the find of the box. It's a 1911 V nickel. Not very good shape, but really hard to find when you're hunting nickels. Anyway, we'd like to thank you for watching. If you give us a thumbs up, we'd appreciate it. If you have subscribed, we'd appreciate your subscription. And if you leave us a comment, we'll answer you within a day or two.